Hello, my name is Andrew Collins and I'm a Telly Addict. Well, here's one historic result in Europe that seemed to go down well. Mind you, Iceland isn't in the EU, so it operates outside of made-up laws restricting commentator hysteria. It's been a tumultuous week constitutionally, at the end of which everything looks largely the same, which is confusing. I find myself clinging to old certainties, such as the use of the phrase comfort zone on a new series of Celebrity MasterChef.
Cheers. I couldn't have been more out of my comfort zone.
Bingo. 17 minutes into the first programme, possibly a record. It's okay, I'd never heard of this young gentleman either, but it turns out he's a YouTube sensation with a baffling 4 million subscribers, so that's enough free publicity for him.
That is awful.
He was knocked out by Tommy out of Cannon and Ball. Good. Right, back to politics.
Good afternoon. As of 3:30 today, I informed the Lieutenant Governor that I am resigning the office of Governor of Illinois.
Perhaps, like me, you've been watching Bechdel test legal potboiler The Good Wife since it began 7 long network seasons ago in 2009, with Alicia Florrick played with such feline authority by Juliana Margulies that we forgot she was ever Nurse Hathaway on ER, standing by her man, disgraced Illinois State's Attorney. We left her last week with existential circularity, standing by him again.
Though I have been cleared of all but one corruption charge, I wish to spare the people of Illinois any further expense or frustration.
An intricately blended cocktail of soap, gloss and procedural with a GSOH umbrella, The Good Wife occasionally frustrated, not least when Alicia started an affair in season 3, which dragged non-committally on through season 4 until the writers had to shoot her lover dead in season 5. But he was back as a ghost in the final episode.
If I kiss you where it's shine, if I kiss you where it's shine, will you feel better, better, better? Will you feel anything?
We who have remained loyal to Alicia's antics over 156 episodes privately admit that this valedictory season has been perfunctory and repetitive. There was only so many times we could ask, will she or won't she get it on with twinkly investigator Jason?
If I kiss you where it's sore, if I kiss you where it's sore.
For a show about a strong, independent woman succeeding as a litigator, named partner, prospective state's attorney and single mum, Alicia does seem to end up being defined by her men. But what the heck? You know you're watching a competently rooted drama when it can play whole scenes without a character saying a word.
We've heard enough here. The jury will be asked to continue their deliberations without this testimony.
Your Honor.
No, I have made my ruling.
I mean, it could also be wordy.
Get a conference call started with the donors.
Dad is taking you to agreement.
The donors.
Grace.
I want them to hear it from the governor himself.
This is the right thing to do.
But it always gave great face.
Isn't it true, Mr. McVeigh, that you've had an affair with Holly Westfall? And isn't that the reason that you've changed your testimony?
That was Diane Lockhart, apparently walking out of court and straight into negotiations for her own spin-off series. Another great American drama ended last week, but with higher stakes and less glossy hair.
Let it end.
Don't ask it.
I don't have to. You know you have a destiny. It's why we first met. It's why you're here now. You must help me defeat the forces of darkness and deny them their prize for all time.
No.
A Sky Showtime co-production, Penny Dreadful was a monster mash of Victorian literary properties, chiefly Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Dorian Gray, plus the Wolfman from ancient Hollywood folklore. Writer John Logan put them in a sack together to see what would happen. The result was Scooby-Doo meets Dickensian. Yes, that was 80s James Bond Timothy Dalton, leading a gang of Ghostbusters through the London streets of Dublin to a final reckoning. That the end was nigh was subtly signposted.
Let him come. He and I shall write the ending in blood.
She remained your faithful acolyte until the end. Let her be. And let this wretched world end.
The third and final season of a series that has never stinted on blood, guts or scenes of a sexual nature cast its principles to the four corners of the earth, but the last episode called them all home for a karate-kicking denouement, post-scripted by almost unbearable sadness.
Where is it now? The glory and the dream.
That was an afternoon in Abington Park for me when I was about 18. Right, enough finales and enough tears.
This is why I'm really bad at sports. I just can't work it out. I just can't, like, most of sports is like...
Can we have some time out for Catherine?
Thank you. Most of sports... I feel like the crux of every sport that I see is getting the ball in the hole.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't care where the ball goes.
Before you ask, I'd be reviewing and raving about Taskmaster, even if UKTV, who own Dave, didn't also own me. It's a format conceived as a live wheeze for the Edinburgh Fringe in which comedians compete to complete off-beam assignments under the tall eye of Overlord Greg Davis, who explains.
Welcome back to Taskmaster, where four comedians and Richard Osman are playing for Joe Wilkinson's marriage certificate. Alex, please remind us what's been happening.
Apart from Alex Horne being demoted to a sidekick role in his own format, but which suits him, what's been happening is a lot of location filming, where, in this sophomore series, Doc Brown, Joe Wilkinson, Richard Osman, John Richardson and Catherine Ryan tackle everyday problems, like getting 3 exercise balls up a hillock.
Oh, God.
Oh. 2 minutes, Joe. What? You've had 2 minutes. Oh, shut up.
I like the way the comics and Richard Osman are seeing the footage for the first time, which adds an extra layer of comedy to the existing layers. Closer in tone to the cosy QI than the gladiatorial Mock the Week, Taskmaster undercuts its own sense of competition with absurdity. And can I be technical for a moment? It's beautifully filmed and edited. I consider this visual haiku as my moment of zen.
Yeah.
But your actual moment of zen is a cooperative snapshot of Stockwell in southwest London from the gently insightful ITV documentary The Secret Life of a Bus Garage, in which ambient music soundtracks a functioning, multi-ethnic utopia where 50 languages are spoken. It already feels like a clip from a nostalgia show.
Cracker is finishing his shift. He's one of 650 drivers here. As London has grown into one of the most diverse cities in the world, so has Stockwell's workforce.
Stockwell is unique. If you slice Stockwell through the middle, there's a bit of every culture.
Doesn't matter where anyone's from, really. You know, people just get on here.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for the latest Telly Addict and more videos from UKTV. You can also check out last week's episode. See you next week.